If you have a weak urinary stream, anytime during the day or night, you're in the right place. I'm going to talk about exactly what's behind this and give you practical things that are fairly easy to do to correct it. Most people are told that this weak urinary stream is a prostate problem. If you're female, you've been told it's your aging or from childbirth. A weak urinary stream is usually not the prostate. It's usually related to several other things, okay? Here's the first clue. You get up in the morning and you urinate and it's weak, but then you drink coffee and it gets stronger. What does that tell you? It tells us right off the bat, it's not a prostate problem. It's more of a problem in the nervous system, specifically in your bladder, because the bladder is a smooth muscle that contracts, and coffee tends to help relax that whole apparatus. Now, the next issue with the bladder is, let's say there's certain times of the day, let's say afternoon, that you have a very good, strong flow of urine, right? But at night or during the night or in the early morning, it's very, very weak. And it really has nothing to do with the coffee. This is something a little different where your urine kind of goes on this cycle where it gets better and then worse. Because the circadian rhythm affects sleep, it affects hormones, it affects urine, it affects metabolism. And so if you have that problem, it's actually a very easy fix. I'm going to show you how to fix that. But just to back up some of these things I talked about, the common medication they use for improving urination flow is bethanol. What's really interesting about this is so many men are told that, oh, you have a prostate problem, and they put you on this medication. But this medication does not work on the prostate. It doesn't address the prostate at all. It doesn't shrink the prostate. It doesn't affect the prostate. It primarily affects this autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system, especially this parasympathetic, runs on a very specific neurotransmitter called acetylcholine. And one of the best remedies is vitamin B1, natural B1. And B1 can actually give you a natural drug effect on the autonomic nervous system. So when you think about B1, think about it increasing acetylcholine and improving the nervous system. And what's really interesting about that is that vitamin B1 also is key in improving your energy. Vitamin B1 is really important in the nerve-muscle connection. If you go through a lot of stress, you're going to need B1. Now, I do want to add one little point about women. If they go through menopause and they start having a weak stream, this could be related to estrogen. What's happening deep inside is estrogen greatly influences something called nitric oxide. And that has to do with the vasodilation of the blood flow that goes to the nervous system around the bladder. And the two most powerful things to help fix this or improve nitric oxide in the bladder are getting more exposure to sun and also doing more exercise. But if your weak stream gets better and worse in certain parts of the day, then we know we have a problem with the circadian rhythm. And the antidote or the fix for that is to correct the lighting. Your lighting controls the circadian rhythm. I'm talking about the contrast between at night being dark and during the morning or during the day being bright. Our DNA in biology responds very well to a lot of bright light, okay, during the day, in the morning, exposure to the sun. The darkness is super important in the evening, about 2 or 3 hours before bed. You need to turn the lights down. You don't want to be exposed to blue light. Super important. You're going to start seeing improvement in your hormones, your mood,